have you seen the trailer for Godzilla Minus Zero or
Oh,
Minus One? Godzilla Minus One.
yeah.
Yeah,
I did actually, and I thought it was all right. In all honesty, I'm more excited for the Monarch
the
with
Monarch.
the Kurt
Yeah,
Russell.
I
Um,
mean, the Godzilla and Godzilla Minus One looked way more savage though, right? Like it was like that Godzilla was wrecking house, like in a way that I don't think we really, because they
yeah,
really made like the Godzilla in the what is who makes all the Warner Brothers version of this franchise, the Monsters universe, I think they call it.
yeah.
They really made this Godzilla sort of like an anti-hero. Whereas like it seems like every time like a Japanese Godzilla movie comes out, like Godzilla is like a straight up like bad dude who's does
Well,
nothing but destroy.
that's the thing about Godzilla movies. I love Godzilla movies. My favorite Godzilla movies are the Japanese ones from the '90s because
Right.
they're insanely hilarious. Godzilla versus Space Godzilla, a classic, dude. I love those movies, but you'll see if you actually look at the long line of Godzilla movies, is that there will be phases where he's a straight villain,
Hmm.
he's a straight anti-hero, he is a villain, anti-hero, villain, villain, anti-hero, and it's just all depends on who is there. If it's just Godzilla, and then he has no kind of like excuse of being like, oh well, he was fighting a monster. It's just he's destroying a city because that's what Godzilla does.
Yeah.
He's always a villain. We just always kind of paint him as like, oh, he's an anti-hero because he's fighting this bigger bad. No, he likes destroying stuff. All right.
Right. Yeah, it's just the lesser of two evils. It's sort of like he's the Tyrannosaurus Rex of the Jurassic World franchise,
I mean,
where like he will try to kill you in a Jeep, but then when some genetically modified, whale comes around or like alligator, whatever
yeah,
is the flavor of the month, he will come and fight that for you just to
I
let
never
you
thought about that.
escape,
That's actually a really good
right?
analogy.
It's
Yeah.
like because like they've used that like trope so many times at this point. Like every new Jurassic World
Yeah.
movie, for some reason, at the end, the Tyrannosaurus Rex is like the big gun that comes and helps the humans get away while he fights off like the some monstrosity that they came up with for that film. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, I agree. I think, but if you're looking for flavors of Godzilla, Godzilla Minus One will be coming out in December, and then the Monarch show is going to be running at the same time. It's going to start airing a couple of weeks before, and then it's
Mhm.
going to keep airing for a few weeks after, weekly, I think on Apple TV Plus. So I am so excited because if you're a fan of Godzilla, you'll have your fill of, I think, two different flavors, but the
Yeah.
trailer looks fantastic. There's definitely in the 90s, like the effects, like you had to really suspend your disbelief to kind of believe like what you were watching was had any sense of reality to it.
Yeah.
But I feel like that Godzilla Minus One movie looks as good as any Hollywood version of Godzilla that we have seen, like it's from a
Yeah.
visual effects standpoint. And then even like there was another Godzilla movie that came out a couple of years ago. I think even that was pretty good. So and that like a Japanese Godzilla film. And
Oh, you talking about Shin Godzilla?
Shin Godzilla,
Oh
yeah,
my gosh, that is
right.
really. I'm not going to get into it, but
Um,
recommend.
but yeah, anyhow, but also like a couple of weeks ago, we got news that when Warner Brothers delayed Dune Part Two, they also delayed Godzilla times Kong. What is it like? There's a whole title after that. The next Godzilla and Kong movie got delayed. I think got pushed from like early spring to like later in the year. So we are gonna get another Godzilla movie next year. We're getting a Godzilla movie this year, and we're getting a Godzilla show. I think it's kind of like Jurassic Park and Jurassic World. Like they're like horror movies in a way, but they're not entirely horror movies. But definitely like there's jump scares and like there's like building up the dread.
They're
So
creature features.
there's creature feature. Right. There you go. It's like would you call that a subgenre of horror or it's like an
Uh,
entirely separate thing?
yes, actually, I do. Because it's kind of like one of those things where it's dealing with horror esque uh, imagery and characters and types, but it's not necessarily there to scare you
Yeah.
or scare you throughout.
Right.
So, but yeah, I love creature features.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. I think there's good ones, there's bad ones. I can You kind of have to be careful about the ones you go to watch. Also, like depending on which director has a different take. Like there's been multiple attempts at doing a Swamp Thing, and to varying degrees of quality. But anywho, like Horror movies. There's a lot of them coming out this year. Roland, you gave us some really good recommendations. You also kind of advised us to stay away from a couple of them. I'm excited to see how all of them do. My personal favorite one that I'm looking forward to is going to be A Haunting in Venice, because I just love that Agatha Christie, Hercule Poirot, that whole franchise is one of my favorites going on today. So let us know, guys, in the comments below, which ones are you looking forward to? Have you gone to see The Nun 2? Are you going to go to see A Haunting in Venice? Are you looking forward to all the other horror movies that are going to be coming out? Five Nights at Freddy's. There's so many other ones. Are you going to check out Thanksgiving? Is that something that interests you? Let us know in the comments. Of course, like and subscribe for more.